Mheshimiwa, a very major phenomenon happened in 2025. That was the loss of the death of Right Honorable Raila Odinga, former Prime Minister. May his soul rest in peace. I don't know what do you remember Raila Odinga for, and what do you think his death will affect Kenya? I know, being such a significant leader or figure for almost the last 3 or 4 decades, I would say, his death would quite be have far-reaching effects, both politically, economically, or such things. How would you remember him? Let's take it from there.
First of all, we're still mourning the death of Right Honorable Raila Odinga, because he was a luminary in this country. He was a stalwart in the Kenyan politics, and we shall forever remember him for the contribution that he made towards the democratic space that we now enjoy. You know, Raila Odinga was very, very, very instrumental to the making of the constitution that we now enjoy, the Constitution of Kenya 2010. And I remember when we were at the university from 2003 all the way to 2010 before we got that constitution. And you know, by the way, his agitation for changes, including the removal of Section 2A of the Constitution in 1990, of the older Constitution in 1992. I mean, Baba has left a very remarkable, footprint in the Kenyan politics. I mean, even now, the architecture of government currently, as is, the creation of Senate, the creation of devolution, especially, is all the fruits of what Baba was able to achieve in this country. Most recently, Baba will be remembered for bringing stability to the country. I mean, when things really went south in the country, Baba was always there to say, please, let's have dialogue, let's talk. We've not even finished actualizing NADCO report. NADCO report is a fruit of Baba's work. Therefore, I think if we were to sing praises and look at the contributions of Raila Odinga to the democratic space in this country, we would be here an entire day and we will still not finish, giving accolades to Raila, to the late Raila Amolo Odinga. But most importantly is that, especially in Nairobi, we have been able to coexist despite our political differences and everything, and ethnicities, because we have now a proper constitution that runs us. This country, if you remember some years back, there's a time we have had, friction that has been on the lines of communities. We've had this community fighting against another community. The events of that happened in Mathare, where people will be attacked because you come from a certain community. But over time, those things have been have ended, and people have been able to live together as one people without looking at our ethnicities. I think the contributions that Baba has made and towards stability of this country are enormous, are many. We cannot talk every day. When Baba was alive, every day we woke up to remember something that Baba did towards the growth of our democracy and the growth of our republic. And therefore, it was a huge loss, especially now headed towards 2027. But we will live with it and only wish that his spirit lives in us and his spirit guides us, so that we're able to increase the democratic space of this country and to be able to coexist peacefully as people of different communities and different ethnicities within the country. Thank you very much.
Mheshimiwa, I would like to get your opinion on, I heard this, I think, somewhere on a public forum, where somebody mentioned that Raila Odinga was like the handbrake or the the person who stops any political crisis. Now that maybe he's not around, and I know heading towards 2027, we've seen some political rhetoric running around. Do you think if right now maybe Kenya faces any of a crisis, a political crisis of sort, how are we going to be able to tackle such a thing?
Of course, the shoes of Honorable Raila Odinga are difficult to fill. The power he enjoyed and the audience that he was given by Kenyans, they would listen to him, and so it's difficult to fill those shoes, especially because we have in this country over time created a very huge deficit in trust between the people and governments, and it's not just this government; it's successive governments that have been a little removed from realities of the people, and therefore trust deficit has increased. He used to enjoy some space where he would be heard because he would seem to be speaking for the people who are downtrodden, and the people, when the people felt like the government was against them, then Raila Odinga would come there. So as it is now, it's going to be a little difficult, but somehow communities find a way of resetting themselves. So I do not anticipate, crisis that will be untenable or crisis that will be unable to solve as a country. But I'll tell you that where you would have needed, where Baba would have needed to put effort, now we will need to put maybe double the effort to quell situations when they come. But all the same, I do not foresee a situation where the country will be unable to proceed, or people will be unable to coexist with each other. Only that we will need a lot more effort than would have put, or Baba would have put, to put people together.
Mheshimiwa, you as well represent a very senior citizen, retired President Uhuru Kenyatta. You are he's your constituent actually. Do you think he still has a role in both Kenyan politics or the stability of Kenya, in terms of how he influences it, or how what role he plays going forward? I know he has not been entirely retired either politically. Some are speculating that he's been pulling strings behind the scenes. But do you think he still has a role in terms of Kenyan politics, either as a senior citizen, as a statesperson?
First of all, any retired president who is alive in any country is a powerful person. Is a man whose word would be listened to. But I like what I've seen in the recent past when President Uhuru Kenyatta has, taken a back seat and let, politics take its course. Unlike previously in 2022, 2023, when he was a lot more politically involved, I find that he has taken a back seat in the year 2025 and the year 2024. But it is important to say that his stand politically would have would mean a lot, and a lot of people would listen to what he's saying. So when there will be a crisis, supposing there's a crisis, I would expect his voice to be the voice, or the sober voice, to be listened to and to put people together. But I do not see a situation where he will be active in politics again, because we have had him say and pronounce himself on it, and say that now all he wants to do is rest and watch as politics is played by the players who are now active. So I think he has taken a backseat, but I know if his voice was required, he would come and say something about the country and ask people to go a certain direction. And he would have his fair share of audience that would listen to him. And therefore, because you see, people treat such luminaries with respect, because they know they feel like he has nothing to gain or lose if politically, and therefore what he's saying is seen to be objective, to be only guided by objectivity, and therefore, like any other retired president in the past has enjoyed, he enjoys an audience that would really want to hear what his comment or his idea about certain situations.